Hello there and welcome to the Glow Up Method. This is the place. This is the space for us to grow, us to heal, us to transform, us to emerge, us to discover who it is we are and who we are meant to be living as on our one and only opportunity that we are aware of here on this earth. Hi, my name is Natasha and I am so honored, blessed, and grateful to be here today with you. Hi, today's subject is a super personal, ultra, something I'm always working on. And so I figure if I'm working on these things all the time, I think maybe you guys are too. So today I really wanted to talk about prioritizing ourselves. How many times have you said, I'm going to start that walk. I'm going to begin my health journey. I am going to do X, Y, and Z on my business. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to devote 15 minutes to my partner, uninterrupted. I'm going to plan a date. I'm going to plan a trip. I am going to ask my kid to play a board game. I'm going to do a puzzle. I'm going to read a book. I'm going to go for a drive. How many times have we had these desires, these wants, these things to do, and yet life's, right? That is the freaking guarantee. It is not, if life's, no. It's when. It's always lifing. There is always something that is coming in as a distraction, an interruption, an unplanned event, perhaps an unplanned event that still knocks you on your butt, like my surgery, right? So I thought that this was super relevant today because when I am in my flow, when I am uninterrupted, I could write. When I am uninterrupted, I'm in my schedule and I'm going to the gym and I'm working on my business and I'm being a really good mom and a partner. Then something happens. It could be an injury to a child. It could be a vacation. It doesn't have to be bad, right? It could be a vacation. It could be a surgery. It could be, a separation. Heck, there are so many different things that can come. And those are big things. But then there's all those little things. An unexpected knock on the door, a phone call you weren't expecting, text that you weren't expecting. So there's all these things that can potentially derail us. And I know that everybody works in their own way. What works, again, I say all the time, for me, may not necessarily work for you. What appeals to you may not appeal to me. And so all I know is my experience. I am happy to learn other experiences, but I can't speak to them. I can't say, oh yeah, this works, or this is something I struggle with. But I really struggle with this. I struggle with, having so many things on my plate. Have you ever been to a concert? Sometimes it's at a circus. Sometimes it's at a halftime show. And you see these women and men out there and they are just on a unicycle with 50 plates spinning and you're like, what in the heck? How in the world? Well, I kind of know because I'm not spinning plates per se, but that's everything. I've got one with a project here, one with a Glow Up Method, one with each of the individually 4 kids. The 4 kids don't just get one piece. They each get their own piece. You got Chris, you got the gym, you got my friends, you got myself. There's so many different things. And then, rent or bills or, expenses, broken cars, maintenance on our cars, gardening, sitting out in the sun, taking a walk, reading, nurturing myself, watching TV, doing the laundry. There's so many things constantly pulling at us within a day. And what I realize is I'm really good. I'm really good if I put something in my calendar. If I have a one-on-one with you, we're going to lunch or, we're having a phone conversation, we're doing a coaching event, something, I'm there. If I put it in my calendar, I will be there. There will be times when I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I schedule this? I don't want to. Maybe I can get. And before, my anxiety used to be so severe that I would cancel everything. I would put it in the calendar and it was just I had worked it up for hours. And if I got to the point where I could no longer cancel, if it was anything directly with me, right? So if it was a dentist appointment, an eye appointment, I'm going to cancel. I would constantly cancel. Oh, let me reschedule. these events. And so that's why me even going through with the surgery and not canceling, not prioritizing on myself was like a huge accomplishment. It may not seem like a big deal to somebody else, but as somebody who was always like literally dreads, I mean, there have been concerts that I got for free to go see Pitbull, and I didn't want to go. I had all this anxiety. I've had trips that I didn't go to. I had a fully paid Disney World trip I did not take my kids to because of my own anxiety. And just dumb, right? Like, I mean, not dumb, but dumb. Like, come on now. Like, so I've evolved a lot from there, like from that anxiety place. Now, if I put something in my calendar, yes, I don't always want to do everything in my calendar. A lot of times I do, though. A lot of it is very intentional and things I want to do. And so, like I have in there like certain bills that are due or paid, but like having that schedule, having that place and that space in which I block out time is really important. And now if I put my kids' schedule in there, I mean, there's no like, oh, I'm dreading, I don't want to go. I'm just doing it, right? If I make this effort, for a little while, I told you on here, I had to learn how to do that in order to do my self-care. So I like withheld this whole day, it was self-care Sunday in my calendar. And that really allowed me the space to say, okay, if it's in your calendar, you're going, like just whatever it is. It doesn't have to be. Most times at the beginning, it was really far. Sometimes it's been as far as 5 minutes away. From here, I found this hotel that had like a really pretty pond and some greenage. And even though I was 5 minutes from home, I felt like I was far away. And that was enough separation for me to have a place in town that felt like self-care, that felt like I wasn't just at home. And when I'm at home, distracted by, the people coming in or, the dishes beeping and saying, oh, they're done, and putting it away or asking somebody else to do it. It's that separation that I really, really needed. And so what I want to reiterate today as the main point is, I don't know what methods work for you. Like, are you really good with putting something in a calendar and then following it? I want you to find what works for you. How can you prioritize you and make it this consistent, actionable habit, right? So for me, a calendar is great. And that's how I learned how to take care of me. But I often don't put like my glow up method. For a little while, I was in a coaching class, and I did. And I'm in a coaching class right now. And I put that in my calendar and I don't miss it. I even did it in the hospital. I did miss once because my post-op was at the same time, but I listened to it halfway there. So like I haven't missed a class. And I love having this ability to show up for me and show up for myself. Like I said, there was 20 of us that signed up, and there are 2 people that pretty much consistently always come, me being one of them being the teacher and one other woman. And, the teacher was like, this is how it is. But if you are that 1% that sticks with it, you're going to have this amazing product. Most people don't. And so what I want you to do is make it really easy for you. What is it you want to do? Have you been wanting to like start that YouTube? Have you been wanting to like post like content or do reviews or, I don't know, write a book, write a song? Is there something paint? Is there something creative or something that like speaks to you that you've really wanted to do, but yet you keep deferring, and then life gets in the way? And then next thing you know, 1 day's gone, 2 days gone, a week, a month, a year, a decade. 2 decades? No more. We're not doing this business anymore. Not on my watch. So I really want you to start to discover what methods work for you. I know what's worked for me because I failed at a lot of things. To think that I'm going to just remember or I'll just do it. Like, I know it doesn't work. And further, we're going to take it another step further, is like, so you can either do like a digital calendar, you can do, like, I am big on both. I like my digital calendar, but I find I don't have a lot of self-control when I get on the phone. I don't know if I have like ADHD or ADD. I've never been diagnosed, nor did I ever like ask if I had these things. But I can tell you, I definitely feel like I do when I get on, on these devices, because it's like, everywhere. And especially like when I clean, when there's a lot, like right now where there's something to clean in every room, next thing I get in that room to put something away and I've cleaned up something. But on that side note, like I am doing so much decluttering and goodbye thinking and just settling into my spaces. I am feeling like seven heaven. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm so excited. Actually, next weekend, 3 of my 4 boys within my household, my Chris and 2 of them, they are leaving to LA. And I am like, goodbye, have a good time. I am going to be over here and cleaning and packing and just enjoying myself, like just getting rid of stuff. Anyways, that's not fun, but that was on my ADD. See, look at, here we are. But anyway, so what I really want you to do is find what works for you. Are you a visual person? You need to see it. Is it going to be on your phone? Is it going to be just in a Google Calendar or Apple, whatever, however digital format you use? A physical calendar. I love it. I have my Glow Up Method calendar, and I am going to be honest, I have slacked on it the last few weeks, like months actually, because it's been 2 months since my surgery, right? So like, I have been inconsistent with it just because I've been here and I'm like, I don't know. And really at that time, I should have thought this is the time you schedule out things. But I was sick and I was healing and I was all that stuff. So we give myself a pass. But now that we're getting back on it, so my goal is, for me, next week, the week before a vacation, is crazy. I know me. There's going to be clothes coming in, clothes going back out. I don't know what fits me anymore. There's going to be packing. There's going to be making sure everything is taken care of here because I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. Like, it's going to be a lot, okay? So I know myself. I maybe I'll have a calendar, but I'm not going to be able to, do it to the way I like to. There'll be people coming and people coming. So it's going to be chaotic. But when I come back, I am fully intending on getting back into my calendar. Not only getting back into my calendar, but I like on the top of my Glow Up Method calendar, which I'm going to probably put into a PDF, put it somewhere out, maybe on my website or something like that. I really want you guys to see, and I want you to what are this week's priorities? And if you can do that for a week, like I put the top 3. Right? My top 3, like I really want to get these things done and just being able to see them on a consistent basis. I had this thing I had been putting off since literally 2021. I just got it done. But you know what? I put it on that top of my priority list for probably, 4 or 5 weeks, but eventually I got to it. And that alone saved me thousands of dollars. Just one silly project that I had been delaying. So having those things, because there's so many things in my mind that like I forget, right? The paperwork goes into a drawer, the email gets bogged down again with spam and other, impertinent information. I get so busy and distracted. So having kind of some guidance to be like, cool, I got this. Because here's the truth, our to-do list is never going to be done, right? Like until the day we die, there's going to be something we have to do, like always. And so learning how to manage it and prioritize us, like what are the most important things for us? Is it, learning more about your business? Is it getting a license? Is it about getting certified? Is it about making networking, meeting new friends, meeting new colleagues, or, whatever you want to call it? What are your priorities? What is it you want to do with your life and your dreams? And how are you going to take actionable, consistent steps to make those things a reality, to make the journey easier on you and not just get stuck in the journey, right? Like I can go through the motions. Like I do this every day, like as much as I can, right? Like I film every day. That's, one of those almost non-negotiables. Depends on certain parameters. I'm not always, like if I go through something or, the day just gets away, sometimes it's a challenge to record. So I'll miss that on occasion, but I still haven't missed a single day of uploads, which is great. I'm really proud of that. Since September 9th, it's like 200 and something days. That's incredible. You've been along with me on this journey. I appreciate that so much. But that's a priority to me. Like it's going to happen every day. And it was naturally known, right? It had to be on my list, upload. And I had to have it on my calendar, like, here's what time you're going to upload. Here's what time you're going to film, because it was creating this new habit. It was creating this new thing. And I wanted it to be something that would stuck. So I don't need to necessarily write it, but I can tweak it. I can say, here's the block of time in which I want to do it. Instead of waiting until 11:30 when I'm exhausted and I'm tired, and the actions, like something that would take me 5 minutes at 11 a.m., is going to take me 10 minutes at 11 p.m. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. The brain isn't functioning. I'm ready to shut down. But because I keep myself so busy, I often don't get that chance to relax and recharge. And so this journey has been really good. Like today, I took a 30-minute nap. I put on my healing music. I cuddled up. I just bought one of these body pillows because I'm really nervous about sleeping back in a bed. And I did it one night and I slept like crap. Last night, I had some irritation. So I was like, listen, I don't even want to try. I just want a good sleep. And so today when I took a little nap, I'm like, let me try this, right? And it's still a challenge, but I loved this body pillow. It was so like, I don't know. It was like, I don't know. It just felt like a big hug, even though I was hugging it. Anyways, 10 out of 10 recommend. But I say this to say, like, scheduling time for things like that, like, even if you need a little nap, a little siesta, like, that's what this has taught me, is to, like, nurture myself. I don't always need to be busy to get things done and to be able to accomplish more. Sometimes you need to relax and rest. So schedule in that. Schedule in whatever it is your non-negotiables are. And it doesn't have to be, like, paying the bills. It could be, like, go get my nails done. It can be, like, read that book. And you are the master of whatever it is. And if you schedule that out, and if you ideally get it done in the morning, then you know that, hey, at least I got these 2-3 items done. You know, these were my non-negotiables for the day. I got them done, and now I can proceed with the rest of my day. If I get to these other things, fabulous. Somebody cancels on me. You know, I have this unexpected amount of time. This other thing ended sooner than I thought. You can get the other things done too, but get your non-negotiables done and get them done early. I love when my steps are done before noon. It's done. I don't have to think about it. Anything else at that point is a cherry on top. I love that. That's a schedule I like. But I also like my instructor, and he often teaches at night. And so if I go to those evening classes, you know, I want to make sure I still have energy for them. I don't want to go in. I've done it before where I've pushed too much and I, had, way too many steps already walking into that class. And that's when I get injured. And I've learned that and I've adapted that. So you have to find what works for you and your schedule that works for you. If you have a class that you like, plan for that, right? Like, okay, that's 2 times a week, but what about the other 5 times a week? So really, really, really think about what it is you want. What is it you want to do? And if it's like a business, or if it's, if relationship stuff, things like that, if it's just to freaking relax, schedule it. Literally set a timer. Okay, here it is. It's on my clock. 8 a.m. It's my puzzle time. I'm doing 15 minutes of puzzle. Set a timer, 15 minutes, be done, or continue on. Whatever it is that you want to do, reading a book. Because so many times we wait till the end of the day and then we're too tired and we don't get to it. Or there's been too many interruptions, or our kids need us, or our spouse needs us. And everybody has their own plans and actions. But you, my friend, are the priority of your life. And I know that sounds so weird to say, because I'm someone who is like, my kids are my priority, my family is my priority, Chris is my priority, my friends are my priority, my extended family is my priority, my community is my priority, my volunteer work is my priority. But the truth is, you are the priority. Yeah, you. And I know we don't always feel worthy of it. And I know we don't always feel deserving. And I know for someone like me, it feels weird to even say that. Like, me, I'm the priority? No, I'm just Natasha over here. But I am the priority. And the sooner you begin to treat yourself like a priority, the sooner you will begin to live a life that isn't filled with resentment, that isn't filled with angst and turmoil and unmet expectations. Like, you are forging this path. You are pursuing the journey as you see fit. So I say all this to say thank you for tuning in today. I am so glad. I know I say this here, but I am so glad that you are here, because that shows me you do prioritize yourself. You at least have this curiosity of a different way, or how to enrich your life even better. And I love that. Continue to learn. There's so many amazing people out there that have their own authentic voices, that have their own authentic stories, that have their own experiences. Find them, Find all these people, learn from them, share their knowledge with somebody else, go forward their YouTube, go forward their book, whatever it is, to someone else you know that you think that can use it. We're in this thing here. We are meant to share. We are meant to be a community, and we are better members of the community and better to share when we are healthy and well. And that's the goal here, okay? So thank you so much for tuning in. Please, please, please do me one huge favor. Well, I'm going to ask for two, you know that anyways. But I would love for you to please give yourself a big smile. And then I would love if you would give yourself a compliment. Please, please do this out loud. I want you to start getting used to hearing good things about you out loud. I am so proud of you. I literally adore you. I'm so grateful that you, out of all the things you could choose right now, are here with me. Like, I can't even express how amazing that is to me. And so thank you so much for that. And thank you for being you. If I had to give myself a compliment today, I would say I am so proud of my tenacity and my resilience. The amount of things that I've accomplished and got done today is just miraculous. Like, I am so proud of myself for cleaning things, for saying goodbye things, for evolving. And I love that I can sit here as the version of me and smile and know that the things that I'm doing today would have been a real hard challenge physically, like even a week ago, but even on a mental and emotional thing, like maybe a little bit longer ago. And I'm so glad of my progress. So I really appreciate that about myself. And you don't have to have your compliments be 25,000 words like mine are either. I'm just a wordy lady. They can be like, your hair looks good, you know, like whatever, like, I like your smile, whatever, your cheekbones are popping, whatever you want to say. Like, it literally doesn't have to be a 10 paragraph essay over here, like at mine. But also, if you want to, have at it. If you want it longer, listen, no objections whatsoever. Also, if you can please do me one more favor, give somebody else that big, beautiful smile of yours and give them a compliment and just watch how they glow up. So thank you. Bye.